Hey everybody, this is Anton from IntellCRE, and welcome to this short tutorial where we're going to go over how you can turn your deals into property presentations or brochures, share it in form of a digital flipbook, or create a PDF of either your investment memo or your offering memorandum. So now let's jump right into it. After we've created our deal, we have a deal dashboard here where we find the summary, all our analyses, property info, attachments, comps, and so on. And we also find property websites and property brochures down below. So in order to create a property brochure, we're going to start with that. We can navigate to property brochures, and this is where all your brochures that you generated for this deal are going to be listed. And we click on create brochure. We can also click on the bottom here, create brochure. And that takes us to this configuration screen where we basically configure what we want to include in our brochure. So that's going to be in our brochure contents. So here we see the basic sections that we're going to have. And if we use the drop down, we're going to see subsections that are contained in these sections. So in terms of, for instance, the asset section, we have the executive summary about property and so on, and we can go to property data, use a further drop down, and we can actually be very granular when it comes to the data points that we want to include or exclude from the final report. So this is how we can configure the contents of the brochure. On the very top here, we choose the analysis, the financial analysis that we want to use for this brochure. Right below, we choose the layout, whether we want a single page view or a booklet. We can choose authors for our document, so either co-listing agents or partners in our investment firm. We can also add external authors with their profile picture and with their information reported here. We can choose a custom title for our document. So let's say, an OM or something like that. We can append custom sections. So if we want to include some slides about our team, our marketing strategy, or anything else, we can simply create a new section here, and we can upload a PDF file that contains these slides. We can choose the title for that new section, and then we can also see it here, and we will be able to reorder the sections, making sure that that it's the order that we need. And of course, there's some further customizations here. If we're doing a BOV, we might want to include presented to. If we're presenting this deal as a broker opinion of value to a particular person or a company, we can have that added here. We can choose the opacity for the title pages. So every section starts with a title page where the title picture of the deal is going to be displayed, and there's an overlay that we can control from here. We can also edit our font for the headers as well as for the text itself. Once we're done with this, note that we can save this configuration up here. So if I click Save Configuration, this is going to be my configuration. You can also save this as a new configuration. So perhaps you have a different configuration for a quick property report versus full on BOV or something like that. So you can have those templates saved here, and then you can just pick whatever for any next deal that you want to create a brochure for. You just pick the template that you want to use. So after we're done with this, we can click on Create Brochure, and the system's going to start generating the brochure for us. We're going to see a toast down here notifying us that our brochure is being generated. And while this is generating the document, we can also see this in the property brochures that we now have a document that's being generated. Of course, we want to make sure that our branding and our company information, our contact information is going to be there. In order to do that, we need to actually go to the settings of the platform. And in the settings, we have our organization information. So we can go to edit our branding, make sure that we have our logos uploaded. Note that the print logo is the logo that's going to be used on the brochure, on the brochures, whereas the website logo is going to be used on the website presentation of the deal. Right below, we can have company claim, and we have our color scheme. So if you're working with a major brokerage firm, we have some color schemes ready for you down here. But otherwise, you can just use the colors for your brand identity using the hex codes for the colors. So it's not RGB, it's hex codes. You can either talk to our team and we can help you with this, or you can use a converter from RGB to hex that you can find online. So once the identity and the colors are there, we have custom confidentiality and disclaimers, of course, your website address, and so on. We update our preferences, and this is going to be the basic setting for our branding. Of course, any custom settings, templates, anything, just make sure you hit the support icon here and let our team know, and we'll be happy to assist. So let's get back to looking at the property where we're creating the brochure, property brochures, and you see now the brochure has been generated. So it's this one. We have a couple of options. We can either download this as a PDF and then work with it on our computer, or we can share the digital flipbook version of it simply by copying the link or the QR code and sending it to anybody that we want to share this deal with. And we can also preview. So if we hit preview, we're going to see the flipbook version of this package. So everything that's included, photos, area, financials, comps, all of that. And of course, depending on how we chose to customize this, it's going to be reflected in the brochure. So now let's talk about the website presentation. So in order to create a website for this deal, we click on Share Property Website, which is down here. And again, we choose the analysis that we want to include in the website presentation. We choose the authors. We choose the contents of the website in the similar fashion as we did with the brochure. And up here, we can choose whether we just want to share this as a link or whether we want to have this protected with an NDA. If we choose to have an NDA protection, we can have two layers of protection, two levels. One is anybody with the link can view the deal after they e-sign an NDA. And of course, that NDA is going to end up here in the platform for you to download. Or we can choose the more restricted NDA share, which is only selected recipients. And in this case, we need to provide the emails and the names for the recipients of the deal. And they basically, there is a lock that they need to provide their email. It has to match with the email you provide here, and their name has to match. And only if that's matching, they'll be able to e-sign an NDA and then open the deal. So so those are the options here. And of course, if we're in this stage and we want to share this property website, we simply copy this link and share that link either in an email or a text message or in your social media or something like that. And we can also use the QR code for that. And if we want to view the website presentation, we can click on the view website presentation down here, and we can see what that looks like right here. So we can preview it before we share it with anybody. Okay, so I do hope that this short tutorial was helpful in showing you how you can customize your reports, your brochures, and your property websites, and how you can get most out of the deal sharing capabilities of the IntellCRE platform. So again, thank you, and hopefully see you in the next tutorial.